Imagine a place at the very bottom of our world. A land so vast, so pure it feels like another planet. This is Antarctica. It is a continent of ice and snow, a kingdom of white and blue. Our journey begins here, at the edge of this great wilderness. The air is crisp and clean, unlike any you have breathed before. It fills your lungs with a feeling of newness, of starting fresh. The sun hangs low in the sky, casting long, soft shadows across the endless expanse. It is a sight that stills the heart and quiets the mind. Here, the noise of our busy world simply fades away, replaced by something ancient and profound. We have traveled far to reach this point, across turbulent oceans and under wide-open skies. Now, the first sight of land is not green, but a brilliant, shimmering white. Giant icebergs, sculpted by wind and water, float silently in the dark, calm sea. They are like floating mountains, each one a unique work of art. Some are as tall as buildings, with sharp peaks and deep blue crevasses. Others are flat and wide, large enough for a colony of penguins to rest upon. This is our first greeting from the frozen continent, a powerful and humbling introduction to its raw, untamed beauty. It is a world untouched, a final frontier on our own planet. The scale of everything is almost impossible to comprehend. Mountains, draped in thick blankets of ice, rise majestically from the sea. Their peaks pierce the pale blue sky, their slopes descending into glaciers that have been flowing for thousands of years. There are no trees, no roads, no buildings to distract the eye. There is only the pure, elemental landscape. The colors are simple but incredibly vibrant, the brilliant white of the snow, the deep sapphire blue of the ice, and the soft gray of the rock. It is a palette that speaks of simplicity and power, a visual feast that is both calming and awe-inspiring. As our vessel glides silently through the still waters, a sense of peace settles over us. We are visitors here, small and insignificant in the face of such grandeur. This is a place that commands respect. It invites you to simply watch, to listen, and to feel. The journey ahead promises more wonders, more incredible sights, and more moments of quiet reflection. But this first impression is something that will stay with us forever. It is the moment we first laid eyes on Antarctica, the moment we understood that we had arrived in a world truly apart from our own, a world of pristine beauty and profound tranquility. In our modern lives, we are surrounded by constant noise. The hum of traffic, the chatter of crowds, the endless notifications from our devices. We have almost forgotten what true silence sounds like. But here, in Antarctica, silence is not an absence of sound. It is a presence. It is a rich, deep quiet that you can almost feel. It wraps around you like a soft blanket, calming your thoughts and slowing your pulse. Listen closely, and you will start to hear the continent's subtle music. It is a symphony composed by nature itself. You might hear the gentle lapping of water against an ice floe, or the distant, thunderous crack of a glacier as a piece breaks off and falls into the sea. This is called calving, and the sound echoes for miles across the frozen landscape. You can hear the whisper of the wind as it sweeps across the snowfields, carving delicate patterns on the surface. Our journey now takes us deeper into the heart of this frozen kingdom. We are surrounded by ice in its most magnificent forms. They are grand sculptures, shaped by the patient hands of nature over millennia. Imagine colossal cathedrals of ice with towering spires that seem to touch the sky. Picture vast floating galleries filled with abstract art, each piece unique and ephemeral. Deep blue veins run through its core, hinting at the immense pressure that forged it deep within a glacier. To our right, smaller pieces, known as burgee bits and growlers, bob gently in the water. They come in every shape imaginable. As we pass by, we can hear them communicating in their own language. A soft sizzle and pop, like a glass of fizzy water, fills the air. This is the sound of old, compressed air bubbles being released as the ice melts. It is the sound of history escaping, of ancient atmospheres returning to the world. Beyond the floating sculptures of the sea, we turn our gaze to the land itself. Here we encounter the true architects of this icy world, the glaciers. These are not static features. They are rivers of ice, flowing at a pace almost too slow for us to perceive. Standing at the foot of a glacier is a humbling experience. It is like standing before a frozen waterfall, a river of time suspended in motion. These fissures are cracks in the ice. They reveal the stunning sapphire blue heart of the glacier, a color so pure and intense it seems to glow from within. It is a raw, spectacular display of nature's force, a moment that is both terrifying and exhilarating to witness, a reminder that this landscape is alive and dynamic. Leaving the coastline behind, we venture into the interior of the continent. We have entered the polar plateau, the largest desert on Earth. It is a desert not of sand, but of ice and snow. It is an endless windswept expanse that stretches to the horizon in every direction. The relentless polar wind picks up this fine snow and sends it streaming across the surface in mesmerizing patterns. The sun, when it is present, casts razor-sharp shadows across the sastrugi, creating a high-contrast world of brilliant light and deep, dark blue. Life in this crystal desert is almost non-existent. There is only the wind, the snow, and the immense, profound silence. This emptiness is not a void. It is a powerful presence. At first glance, Antarctica might seem to be a world of just one color, white. But you begin to see an entire spectrum hidden within the ice and snow. In the soft light of the polar morning, it can take on a delicate pink or golden hue. Under the harsh glare of the midday sun, it is a brilliant, almost blinding white. In the long shadows of the evening, it becomes a cool, gentle gray blue. The blues of Antarctica are even more astonishing. They are the color of ancient ice, compressed over centuries, its air bubbles forced out. You see it in the submerged part of an iceberg, which glows an ethereal turquoise blue through the clear water. This limited palette has a profound effect on the soul. It is calming and cleansing. The purity of the white and the depth of the blue create a sense of peace and clarity. As we approach the rocky shores of the Antarctic Peninsula, we are greeted by a flurry of activity and a chorus of excited calls. This is the domain of the penguins. Adelie penguins march with purpose along well-trodden paths they have created in the snow. Some carry small pebbles in their beaks, precious gifts for their partners. Others engage in comical disputes with their neighbors, flapping their flippers and calling loudly to defend their small territory. On land, they can appear clumsy. But once they enter the water, they undergo a miraculous transformation. They become sleek, agile torpedoes, flying through the frigid sea with incredible speed and grace. Lifting our eyes from the busy shores, we hope for a different kind of encounter. And then, it happens. A great plume of mist erupts from the water. A great dark back, encrusted with barnacles that tell stories of long journeys, arches gracefully above the surface. Then, with a slow, powerful movement, the whale lifts its enormous tail flukes high into the air before slipping silently back into the depths. We are incredibly fortunate, as a pod of orcas, also known as killer whales, glides past our vessel. We watch in silent admiration as they move with an air of confidence and grace, their sleek bodies perfectly designed for speed and stealth. The ice floes that drift peacefully are the preferred resting spots for the seals, the serene sunbathers of the Southern Ocean. It raises its head slowly, and then lets out a great cavernous yawn before settling back down for a nap. On the ice floes, we find the formidable leopard seals. The leopard seal is a top predator. Seeing one patrol the edge of the ice is a thrilling sight, but in the water, they are transformed. They are masters of their aquatic realm, moving with an effortless grace and agility. The most magnificent of all is the wandering albatross, with a wingspan of up to 11 feet. It is a truly majestic sight. Closer to the coast, we see other skilled flyers, skuas, patrol the penguin colonies, always on the lookout for an unguarded egg or chick. The snow petrel is a vision of pure white, a stark and beautiful contrast against the gray rocks of the cliffs where it nests. And then there is the Antarctic tern, a graceful bird that undertakes one of the longest migrations in the animal kingdom. At the very heart of this symphony is a tiny, shrimp-like creature called krill. They are the foundation of the entire Antarctic food web. We see a leopard seal hunting a young penguin near the edge of an ice floe, a dramatic and raw moment of nature in action. We watch as a pod of humpback whales uses a sophisticated technique called bubble net feeding, working together to blow a circle of bubbles that traps a dense swarm of krill. In the bright, productive summer months, the entire ecosystem bursts into a frenzy of activity. The continent is alive with the sound and motion of feeding and breeding. This vibrant symphony of life is perhaps the continent's most precious treasure, a system that has worked in perfect harmony for millennia, and one that we have a profound responsibility to protect. We have arrived in the heart of the Antarctic summer. The sun never sets. For weeks, even months, it circles the sky in a slow, endless loop. We might find ourselves watching penguins at what our watches tell us is 2 in the morning, yet the sky is as bright as a cloudy afternoon back home. Because it hangs low in the sky, it is always soft and diffused. It casts long, elegant shadows that stretch across the snowfields. This gentle, unending light creates a serene and dreamlike atmosphere, all under the watchful gaze of a sun that refuses to sleep. As the summer season progresses towards its end, the sun now begins its slow descent. The entire world of white and blue is transformed. The icebergs, once brilliant white, now glow as if lit from within by a warm fire. The snowfields are no longer just white. They become vast canvases painted with soft hues of apricot and rose. The long shadows cast by the mountains and glaciers stretch even further, becoming deep purple and indigo. This period of long sunsets is a gift, a final, breathtaking performance before the curtain of winter falls, a memory of warmth and color that will sustain the spirit. The sun, after its long golden farewell, finally dips below the horizon for the first time in months. This is the arrival of autumn, the first kiss of winter. The most immediate and dramatic change is the return of the sea ice. Slowly, these pancakes freeze together, forming vast, solid sheets of ice. This expanding ice is a signal for a great departure. The humpback and minke whales begin their epic migration north. The penguin colonies fall silent. The bustling, noisy shores of summer are now quiet and empty. The emperor penguins begin their long march inland to their traditional rookeries. They are walking into the darkness, not away from it. As the darkness deepens, the Antarctic sky reveals one of its most magical and secret treasures, the aurora australis, the southern lights. Ribbons of green, pink, and sometimes even violet light ripple and flow across the heavens, a spectacle of otherworldly beauty. To stand under the dancing aurora in the profound silence of the Antarctic winter is an experience that touches the soul. The emperor penguins are the silent audience for this nightly spectacle. It is a fittingly majestic backdrop for their incredible story of survival and endurance. Finally, winter takes its ultimate hold. The continent is plunged into the long polar night. The male emperor penguins stand in the darkness, balancing their single precious egg on their feet, enduring the worst of the winter. The sky on a clear night is a revelation. The Milky Way stretches across the sky as a brilliant, dense river of light. It is the dark, silent heart of Antarctica, a period of intense challenge out of which the vibrant life of the brief summer will eventually be reborn when the sun finally returns to the horizon. There is a quality to Antarctica that sinks deeper than the cold. It is a profound and pervasive stillness. This deep quiet invites you to become still as well. You find yourself moving more slowly, speaking more softly, or not speaking at all. You can hear the faint whisper of your own breathing, a sound normally lost in the noise of life. This heightened awareness brings you firmly into the present moment. You are simply here now, a quiet observer in a world of immense and silent beauty. The sheer scale of Antarctica has a remarkable effect on the human mind. The landscapes are so vast, they seem to create space inside your own head. In the face of such boundless space, your own concerns and anxieties naturally begin to shrink. They are put into a new and humbling perspective. Solitude in Antarctica is not the same as being lonely. You can walk along a deserted beach and feel a profound sense of connection rather than isolation. Antarctica provides the ultimate blank canvas for the soul. It offers a rare opportunity to reset your perspective, to clear out the mental clutter. There are moments in Antarctica that leave you speechless. Witnessing a glacier calve? These are experiences of pure awe. In a moment of awe, our own ego seems to dissolve. We become simply an observer, a small part of a magnificent and mysterious universe. In Antarctica, you are constantly reminded that nature is in charge. Learning to respect and adapt to this reality is a lesson in letting go. This is the ultimate relaxation that Antarctica offers, not just a rest for the body, but a recalibration of the soul, an experience of awe that quiets the mind and fills the heart with wonder. As we prepare to leave this place of pure wonder, we carry with us more than just memories and photographs. We carry a newfound sense of responsibility. Antarctica is a precious global commons, a heritage that belongs to all of humanity. The choices we make in our homes, cities, and countries have a direct impact on this fragile and magnificent place. We must support scientific research that helps us understand the changes happening here, and tread lightly whenever we are fortunate enough to visit. We leave as ambassadors, as storytellers, as guardians We must speak for the penguins and the whales, for the silent glaciers and the vast ice fields. As we sail away and the last white peaks of Antarctica sink below the horizon, the deep peace we discovered there does not leave us. We can close our eyes and recall the sight of a whale's fluke against the sky, or the feeling of standing under the dancing southern lights. We hope this journey into the heart of the ice has brought you a sense of relaxation and escape. To let its profound peace settle over you, even from thousands of miles away. Cherish the thought of this untouched world at the bottom of our Earth. Let its peace inspire your days. The great white continent waits, a beacon of hope and tranquility for us all.